Do you think your cohorts heading hard feel the same way? Nothing is going to keep them out of this game?
Oh yeah, all of the seniors, especially. I mean, anybody who's playing in this game, whether they got any nicks, bruises, anything, gonna play in this game.
Do you understand why people will judge the senior class based on the track record against Ohio State? Do you think that it's fair for that to be done?
Anytime you have a rivalry to this magnitude, you're going to be judged based off of it. Where like I'm 1-3 against them, including my redshirt year. So, I guess the last game matters the most. Just going out on a good note.
Or you get a chance to look at the film on the Wisconsin game as a defense. What do you guys have to do better? I mean, what were they doing that was able to have so much success both through the air and on the ground against you guys?
Say it again.
What were they doing in Wisconsin that allowed them to have so much success on the ground and through the air against you guys as a defense?
Really, it was just us. A fit here or there, and then not understanding the routes we getting out of certain formations. We knew pretty much going into the game the formations and the type of plays that they gonna run out of, and we just didn't fit them up correctly all the time.
How do you escape kind of all the hype surrounding this kind of game on a week like this? Are there ways to kind of just get it out of your mind and kind of take a break from it? You know, since you guys are grinding away and practicing all that.
You really don't want to take your mind off of it anytime during the week. Everything you do is to prepare for it. So just day in, day out. That's on the back of your mind. Even in class, just anywhere you go, it's going to be in the back of your mind.
How much is last year's loss on the back of your mind? How much is last year's loss to Ohio State going into this game?
Oh, it's a new season, new team, different implications on the line. So, the Big Ten is still on the line, but last year is a different story, and two different teams this year. So,
what's it say about this team that you started 0-2, you've been without Hart and Henny at various times, and yet you're still playing for the Big Ten championship?
what does it say about this team? Just other people being able to step up in those positions and be effective too. Here we just have the expectation of the position really to do well. If you're on the field, you're expected to do well.
What role did Coach Carr play in this opportunity to play for Big Ten championship after the 0-2 and all the injuries and stuff like that?
Coach Carr's been through it all, so when we started off 0-2, he's been through similar situations, and just him being the leader of this team, he helped the players on the team understand that we still could reach one of our goals, which is to win the Big Ten championship.
You talked earlier in the season about how he had challenged you in the offseason. What's he taught you when you came here that you'll carry with you?
Say it again.
You talked about his challenge to you before the season. What has he taught you that you'll carry with you when you go out of here? What lessons?
It's been so many lessons, but the game of football in general teaches you a lot of lessons. You can't take anything for granted. You have to fight through adversity. Just little things like that could carry on for the rest of my life.
Coach Carr talks about how adversity builds character on a team. You know, is that ultimately what you fall back on going into this game, coming off the loss to Wisconsin?
Say that again.
How much does character and the fact that you've had to bounce back before this season, how much does that play into going into this game coming off the loss?
Anytime you face adversity and you have the opportunity to bounce back, it builds your character, like Coach Carr always says. But Wisconsin was a stumble, just like earlier in the season when we stumbled. So hopefully we'll bounce back from that.
What do you remember about how the team played in the 2003 game against Ohio State?
I remember our defense was very aggressive. Chris Perry had a great game. The defense was real aggressive though. Getting out I think it was Krenzel back then.
What would be a bigger story to you, a bigger deal, having this kind of crazy comeback with the Big Ten championship, or being Ohio State for the first time, you being on the field?
Both. At the same time, you always want to beat Ohio State, but for that to be for the Big Ten championship as well, I mean, it's just added to that hype for the game.
They were able to make a lot of big plays last year. Can you talk about the importance of not letting that happen, and what do you have to do to make sure they don't make big plays?
Anytime you allow an offense to not drive the ball all the way down the field and give up a big play, 30, 40 yards, it really kind of wears down the defense and demoralizes the defense. And in order to stop that, everybody on every play has to execute their technique, and we have to be flying around getting to the ball and making plays, really.
Brandon, what do you remember from Bo's talk to the team before the game last year?
I can't remember anything in particular. I can't remember anything in particular that he was saying about this game. It's just the magnitude of the game, really, and we have great respect for Coach Schembechler. So just his presence alone just kind of stunned everybody. So.
Brandon, can I take you back to 03 one more time? You had just gotten here, you weren't even playing yet, you were redshirt, but can you describe that scene after the game, what you were thinking then? And I'm sure there was a part of you that said, hey, this is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, being a freshman, you kind of take for granted what happened. You know, I didn't really understand what it takes to get there. Being a freshman, I just thought it was kind of given to you. But like over the next 3-4 years, you learn that it's not that easy. And me being on the demonstration team for that year, it kind of I don't know. I felt like I wasn't really a part of it, but at the same time, like I look back at that film or whatever and learn what I had to do in order to get there again.
How much are you and the other seniors, you think, really thinking back to the fact that you haven't, actually played with these guys last 3 years? I mean, is it a concern and extra motivation this week?
It's definitely not a concern. It's a different team, like I said before. We have different players, they have different players, but it's still a rivalry game. We want to go out on top.
If you had to pick one thing in the last 3 years, is there any connector for the losses? That's something you guys haven't done, or they have done?
Big plays is probably one of the main things. We giving up maybe 4 to 5 big plays each year on average. The last 3 times we done lost.
A lot of those were made by Troy Smith. Is it nice to not have to worry about him?
It is, but they have other weapons that compensate for him being gone.
Are you surprised how those new weapons have come along so quickly?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, we knew their defense was going to be strong, and then their offense just coming along like they have been is it's just extra for them because their defense is great. Anytime you have a great running back like that, it's up to everybody on the defense to stop him. We have to get 11 guys to the ball, hitting him every play, every chance we get.
Does it get old? Do you get sick of hearing that you guys have never beaten Ohio State?
Yeah, it definitely does. Like anytime you have a rivalry and you haven't won in a couple years, you get tired of just hearing, oh well, they can't beat O State or they can't win this game, or it's getting old.
No matter how much you look at film and think that you know this team, you got to figure that there's going to be something up their sleeve that they've been planning, especially for you. At least I would think. In your 4 years here so far, has that been the case that they always throw some sort of strange thing?
Their coaches do a great job of attacking the defense's weaknesses. So, as a defense, we just have to be disciplined every play in order to stop any kind of trick plays or something they might have up their sleeves.